Right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Kakwadash, double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that taught me this truth through the Holy Spirit, and a sincere peace, blessings, and salutations to you, Akim, across the four corners of the earth that are pushing this knowledge and truth and sincerity. It's the brother Barzal in the GMS Arizona Campbell as well, with another quick lesson to edify. This is an article from Fox News. Our brothers have been passing around, and as you see in the headline, it says House passes defense bill automatically registering men 18 to 26 for the draft. You see in the the small excerpt below, it says the selective service is already mandatory for male U.S. citizens age 18 to 24. All right, so they already have a policy in place for men 18 to 24. Now they expanded the range from 18 to 26, or at least they're pushing the bill in order to do that, and automatically register those men for the military draft. So these devils really want to push to bring back the draft. And why? Is because they know that war is coming, that war is brewing. Because the scriptures talk about how there will be a third woe. Which the third woe is the third world's war. It says Revelations 11:14, the second woe is past, and the word woe is destruction. Okay, it means destruction. And behold, the third woe cometh quickly. You see? So that third world's war is incoming. It's on the way. It's inevitable. Sooner or later, there's gonna be a third world's war. Ain't no getting around it. The Lord has spoken it. The Lord has written it, and everything written in these scriptures are gonna come to pass. So that's the understanding that a third world war is coming. And the United States, as much as they provoke these other nations to anger, and they know what's coming. Okay, they know. And so what they're trying to do is they need more bodies. They need more bodies to sacrifice in this third world's war. But like the elder Damasha Pot brought out in his video, tough decisions are gonna have to be made, and there's brothers in the camps, that's within that age range that they might call to serve, and so I kind of wanted to build on that, because as the elder brought out in his video, the Lord is going to make a way for the elect to escape. All right, there's one in James. Let's see. Let's get this. Let's just type this in. First Corinthians 10:13 says, there had no temptation taken you, but as such as common to man. The Most High is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it. All right. So the Lord is going to deliver us and make a way for all his elect to escape any temptation that come upon them, including the MOTB. All right, pursuant to Revelations 3 verse 10. All right. Psalms 50:15. It says, and call upon me in the day of trouble. I will deliver thee, and thou shalt glorify me. You see, if I go to the Apocrypha, let's get Sirach. Sirach 2:10, it says, look at the generations of old, and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded, or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken, or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? See, so the Lord is going to take care of his elect. You know, he didn't despise any of his men in the generations of old. He didn't forsake them. They weren't confounded. And he's going to manifest the same for us in this time, you know, as this devil continues to push unrighteous decrees to try to, you know, bring forth bodies for his sacrifice. Now, what I also wanted to get was in 2nd Ezra 16th chapter, you know, the Lord is going to make a way for any men that's called to serve, to get out of that situation to where they don't have to go out to war. Okay, especially in the Third World War, because Yahweh Shah is coming back. He's destroying everybody that try to stand up and fight against him. Those that go out to try to fight against Yahweh Shah Shah in these latter days are going to be destroyed. And we have the understanding of who that fight is against. When Yahweh Shah cracked those clouds and all the armies that are fighting against one another turn their attention to Yahweh Shah, there ain't no member of the elect that's going to be in those armies that are going to be fighting against the Lord. That ain't written in the scriptures. All right? Because the Lord ain't going to leave nothing to be perceived of anyone who stands up and fights against him. We'll get the scripture. Real quick, 2nd Ezra 16 and 23, it says, "And the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down." And this is talking about the coming destruction of what is biblically known as Jacob's trouble. You know, in the midst of the chaos of Jacob's trouble, which will include, you know, the Third World War, this is what the world is going to look like. You know, dead bodies just cast out in the streets. All right. And cities just being destroyed and plundered right here in America. Okay. This is what's prophesied to happen in these last days. Verse 24 says, "There shall be no man left to till the earth and to sow it," because everything is going to be out of order. You know, the society is going to be completely broken down. So those normal day-to-day things that people do, you know, are going to be cast off. Like they're going to be no more, because people are going to be trying to survive. They're going to be trying to survive the chaos. But the Lord is going to provide protection for his elect. It says, "The trees shall give fruit, and who shall gather them? The grapes shall ripen, and who shall tread them? For all places shall be desolate of men." All right. One of the reasons why, not only because of the major death, destruction, famine that's going to be going around, but because they're going to be going to war. They're going to be called to war. You see, so the men are going to be MIA. And they're the ones that perform a lot of these jobs, you know, tilling the ground, gathering the fruit. But they're going to be off to war, okay? These are the times we're coming into. It says, "So that one man shall desire to see another and to hear his voice." Because there's going to be blockades and military checkpoints, you know, just all kinds of everything you see in these end of the world movies, you know, the way that they depict it. And it's going to be just like that, you know, in real life. You know, that reality is coming to America very soon. It says, "For a city shall, of a city there shall be 10 left, and 2 of the field, which shall hide themselves in the thick groves and in the clefts of the rocks." You know, people fleeing to their underground bunkers, all right, into the mountains. The rich people that can afford it, trying to, you know, protect themselves from the destruction and the chaos that's going outside. All right, that's going on outside. It says, "As in an orchard of olives, upon every tree there are left 3 or 4 olives. Or as when a vineyard is gathered, there are left some clusters of them that diligently seek through the vineyard. Even so in those days shall be 3 or 4 left by them that search their houses with the sword." People invading one another's houses, looking for food, looking for resources, looking for water. All right. You can see the picture of, you know, what this the vision that this angel gave Ezra as far as what's coming. All right. Now here's the point. I'm going to jump down to verse 33. It says, "The virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. In the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. I'm going to read that again. In the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. All right, that's not going to be for the elect. That's why I'm saying the Lord going to make a way for the elect to get up out of that situation, one way or the other. You know, he's going to hide them, you know, in some way, shape, or form, to where they're not going to be out fighting in these wars, brandishing weapons, and be caught in a uniform in the midst of the field of the battle when Yahweh Shai cracked those clouds. Okay? But this is what's going to be going on at that time. You know, speaking upon the Third World War, man, there's going to be no bridegrooms. Okay? There's going to be no husbands. There's going to be no help for these women out here because the men are going to be off to war. And it's a setup because ultimately the Lord said that He going to destroy every last one of them. They're not coming back. You see, they're not coming back. It says, 2 Ezra 3:13, it says, and I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. Okay, this is Yahweh Shai coming back with the angels. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. The scriptures talk about how all eyes shall see him. So he's coming back with angels, thousands and thousands of so-called UFOs, which are angels and chariots. And he's going to be on a ship that's so big that every eye on the planet Earth is going to be able to see it. All right, so everything under him is going to tremble. It says, and whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, the concentrated fire that these UFOs are going to be shooting out. You see it on the movies. This is where they get these ideas from. It says, all they that burn that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it filleth the fire. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men. These are the armies, all right, that are going to be in the midst of war, out of number, from the four winds of heaven, to subdue the man that came out of the sea. So they're going to turn their attention to Yahweh Shai. All right. All these men of war that have been drawn and called to war from these other nations, from America. All right. If this draft, you know, gets pushed and made law, you know, all of these men came for war. It says, but I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew upon it. This is talking about that big, huge fathership that Yahweh Shai is going to be flying on. It says, and after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, yet durst fight. So the men going to witness what's happening, and they're going to be scared as hell, but they still going to fight because the Lord going to put the spirit on them to do so. Because ultimately he called them and gathered them for judgment. It says, and lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. The Lord about to destroy these men. You see this, the depiction, you know, the description of what Ezra saw in this vision of the destruction that the Lord was bringing upon these men. See? So anybody that go out there to war, especially leading into the Third World War, this is going to be the outcome. You're going to get blasted with this fire, this destructive fire, man. You see? Coming from the chariots, a beam of fire from another dimension, man. Crazy. Verse 11, it says, and they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. Afterward, when saw I the same man come down from the mountain and call unto him another peaceable multitude. All right, this is him gathering his elect. All right, 144,000 are going to be crowned from his hands. But nothing is going to be perceived out of anybody that goes to war, to fight, but dust and smell of smoke. The Lord is wiping everything out that try to stand up against him. So you got to think that, you know, we got to trust in the Lord in these last days. As I read in Sirach, the 2nd chapter, 10th verse, we're not going to be confounded nor forsaken. We got to trust in the Lord, because even if we enlisted, there's brothers among us that's, called to serve, the Lord's going to make a way for you to get up out of there before he completely obliterates these armies. So with that, Lord willing, this has been edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, double honors unto the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace to the hopefully elect out there. All right, keep pushing Akim. Till next time, Shalom.